what are some of the biggest challenges that emerging leaders face in leading today's socio-political change, and how can you overcome it?
The biggest challenge? Actually, today at this wonderful panel, our panelists from different backgrounds with community work experience, they have shared different kind of challenges. It's really hard to mention this is the one biggest challenge, but personally from my own perspective, I think especially in the COVID-19 and post-COVID time, what we call in the new normal, the world's getting to be so much unpredictable, right? So much kind of ambiguous and so on. And when you talk about the community work itself, it also has been so much disrupted. So we need to reset how we understand the needs of community, and we need to do our development works differently. So that is why I was also highlighted this very importance of adaptive leadership. It is truly aligned to our Asian Leadership Conference, what we have been advocating for. Yes, it means we need to be nimble, and very important, I think we keep mentioning, not only me but also other panelists, about this human-centered approach. How we can put the needs of the human being in the center while we're designing the program and we want to have some intervention to better help our communities. The reason why you might be saying, yes, right now we have technologies, we have innovations, but it turns out like we are relying more and more on data, number and statistic, but so few on human insights. Yeah, we are forgetting about this human touch. We are forgetting about what is the true needs of our community members. That's why I mentioned today, I see there's a growing relevance gap. So what community leaders consider to be the needs and what is the community members consider this gap, and how we need to address it just by really to have more deep listening to the needs of the community members, and to have more kind of conversation, really stand from their shoes to saying what is the really needs for them. So this is like something I think one of the biggest challenge. And then once we understand their needs and how we can be more nimble, be more agile. I really like actually design thinking. So what we are talking here is about we don't need to invest a long time, a lot of resources to do a lot of work, community work, but can we do something very small, like experimental, and then to do prototyping and then continuing this kind of our next initiative and so on and so on. Yes.
That's really interesting. Thank you, Sherry. The next question. Could you share 2 to 3 pieces of advice to emerging leaders on how they could translate their vision into new strategies and ideas?
Transforming their vision into
yes.
medicine. So number one, as I already is always about human. No matter your corporate leaders, community leaders, government leaders, we all need to remember how human being is important here. The second one, I would like to say, we also need more system thinking. So it means like, it's not like, oh, this is my community, that is your community, or everybody doing their own small pieces of works. How we can better collaborate all together. So in this kind of new norm of this after COVID time, we realize, like for example, vaccination, for example, other kind of issue, we cannot address it by ourselves alone, and we have to collaborate with each other. Unfortunately, we did not see like many countries, right, during this COVID crisis, we work together, we become like very segmented, like prioritizing our own. But for being a true leaders, we need to break out these borders and how we can better. So while collaborating, we could have like leveraging our kind of collective impact. So this is about collaborations. And last but not the least, I feel like when we talk about the leadership, it's so much about leader, but less about actually how we can help other people to help themselves. So this is a true empowerment. So that's why in today's panel, I also actually use this our Lao Tzu advice. There are 4 types of different leaders, and the highest type of leadership is like leader have done something without noticing like their community members, and community members, they say the change has happened, and community members, they will say, yeah, we have done that. Yeah. So this is really very high level. It requires our leaders to take away our ego or individualistic kind of perspective, to step back. Can we, leader is not necessarily have to be always at the front line. We can also like be from the backstage and empower more people. So more people, they themselves to become leaders, they themselves to help even more people. Yeah. So this is something I'm still working on myself, and I very much look forward to learning from other leaders here at today's conference.